Alrighty, friendos, and people who are not my friends, and people who are my friends. Oh no, we really fucking quickly nosedived into parasocial relationships here, didn't we? Fuck. Well, so be it. Hi everybody, welcome back to WinglessValkyrie Live. WinglessValkyrie Live. I'm way off centered. I'm way the fuck over here, so this doesn't work this well. But anyways, this is the one thing I don't like about painting streams is I have to have a whole fucking separate table in front of me, and my keyboard is way over there, and everything's over there, and it's difficult. But anyways, hello everybody, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing fandily-dastic. Look a little low on mic volume. How's that? There we go. Now we're touching on the yellows. That should be better. This music seems still a bit loud. Oh, that's too much. It's hard to control with just the tips of your fingers. Fuck. Fuck it, we'll leave it there. I'll probably change it in a little bit. But anyways. Ugh. How you all doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Golden Age humans and old Eldar are pretty good too. Sure. We'll go with that. Salamanders are pretty great too. I'd say salamanders are probably like, the closest to natural good you can find in 40k. I would say they're better than fucking Tau, considering Tau are like the higher ups. The ethereals are basically mind controlling the populace into the greater good. So I would say salamanders are as close to you can get to like actual good alignment. And I mean Ultramarines following behind them, but that's Ultramarines. They're the good guys. Anyways, so did y'all know that in Ohio or something, half the state was given back to the Native Americans because one of them dug up a contract with the government that said they get half the land? That does not surprise me in the slightest, Lifish. Everything always comes back to paperwork and contracts and everything. That's just how it is. I mean, didn't you? I don't know if this fits directly into that, but I just saw this recently and blew my fucking mind. But I guess it made sense, but it blew my mind. Recently, so a little bit of context. There was a small newspaper, like a small online newspaper. They didn't make physical copies. It was an online newspaper. And a long time ago, they'd printed a hit piece, effectively, on someone and called him, I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure he was a predator. You could fill out the rest. But they made this hit piece on this individual and called him a predator. And supposedly they had facts and, things to back it up, but they didn't fully state all of them. And what ended up happening, and this happened recently, is I think this is now a year after that piece was made about this individual, suddenly the newspaper disappeared overnight. The website got completely abolished, and the website doesn't exist anymore, and the paper itself doesn't exist anymore. And it seems to be what's being reported is that the individual that the website made the hit piece on, that individual raised enough funds after that hit piece came out to buy the paper and then just deleted them. He bought out the entire business and then just erased the business, and all their paperwork, like online paperwork, gone. Because that hit piece was still there, and it was still a searchable thing on their website. So he just bought out the entire business and said, fuck you guys, and erased them. So, I don't know how that has to do with the Ohio thing, but it just made me think, it was like, yeah, just dig up a contract, and it's like, you know what? Fuck you want to be like that? I'll just buy you out and delete everything. So, it's just like, whoa, crazy shit. So, but anyways, hi Nerd, hello Fish, hello Evie, hello Rafixix, hello Nermus, hello Megson, hello Breach. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of you guys here today. God damn. How many is that? Nerd, Fish, Evie, Rafixix, Nermus, Magnuson, Breach. Jesus. 7 minimum at least. Just talking in chat. You guys are fucking crazy. If you have enough money, you can do anything you want. Yeah, you could buy Twitter. Make a fucking absolute fool of yourself. But people will still love you for it. One of my favorite things is tons of people complaining that fucking Elon Musk bought Twitter, and they're like, we can't have multi-billion-dollar people running social media websites. It's like, I'm sorry, have you looked around? Have you looked 2 feet to your fucking right? Please tell me who owns and operates Facebook. It's a multi-billion-dollar person. Please tell me who owns and operates, what's the other fucking website? I was gonna say Instagram, but that's also technically Meta, so, there's another website, I'm thinking Amazon. I guess it's technically not Bezos anymore, but because he's stepped down as somebody else, but I guarantee you he still makes checks off of it or anything. But like, it's just the only reason people like hate Musk so much and not Zuckerberg is because Musk is just way more public and way more vocal. Zuckerberg sits in his glass house just working on the metaverse, and that's all he does is works on the metaverse. He doesn't do any public stuff. That's why people hate Musk. That's why people hate Zuckerberg so much, because he's public. Because he's right here, he's in your face. Zuckerberg's way behind 2 of those doors doing his own thing. Nobody gives a shit. So, anyways, we'll get to painting here in a moment, but now I'm having fun just talking with you guys. Maybe we'll just change this to a just chatting stream. You might remember those? Good old just chatting on Twitch? Wow. So what are you playing? I am playing Chaos Space Marines or the Heretic Astartes, and I will be playing Night Lords at the tournament. This is the Master of Executions we painted last stream. And I have 3 Warp Talons here that are finished and 2 that are not. They're about halfway done, and we're going to see if we can finish both of them today on stream. So we'll see. Do you know about Wall Street? I know of Wall Street. Did something happen recently with Wall Street, or is this talking about like something in the past? If you have enough money, you can do anything. Oh, I read that. 69 people at least, 100%. Yes, I am crazy. That was never in question. Musk brown nosers are insane. I mean, for every big public figure, there's always going to be people who follow them. It doesn't matter if you're Musk or Zuckerberg or Trump or like the most outrageous, outlandish people you can think of. There are always going to be like-minded people. That's an awful thing to think of. Is that Hitler, Stalin, the most outlandish, crazy fucking people you can think of. And a lot of them don't follow them because they're just afraid. They follow them because like they fully believe in what they're preaching. And the thing is, if you believe it, like if the person preaching it, if you are confident in your message, people will follow you. If you're not confident in it, people won't think you have anything to stand on. But if you're confident in your message and you say it loud and proud, it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. As long as you drive confidence into it, people will follow you for it because they will like, you know what? I like this guy's energy. I want some of that energy for myself. And like, it's scary to think, but at the same time, it's fantastic for social media, because if anybody wants to grow a social media account, the first thing you got to do is be confident. Doesn't matter what you want to make your social media about, what you want to make Instagram posts or YouTube videos or live streams about. As long as you're confident in your delivery and confident in your message, people will follow it. People will enjoy it. And that's the first thing they teach you about being on camera is you have to be confident. You have to be bold. You have to be energetic. You have to believe what you're saying, and you have to become the authority on what you're talking about. You have to have the gusto to say some stuff that's maybe a little bit outlandish and everything, because if you don't believe it yourself, how are you going to convince other people to believe it? That's just how it works. So I mean, yeah, we can say like Elon Musk brown nosers are insane, but brown nosers will also say you're insane for not following. And this will be the exact same conversation with anything, regardless of who we're talking about. It's the same conversation year round, full circle. People were digging up land for a building. They found a bunch of dead people who died in the Wall Street thing. Oh, I did not know about that. That's news to me. Thanks for sharing, Leafish. Instagram and Facebook is the same dude. YouTube is run by a handful of people. YouTube is not run by a handful of people. YouTube is run by outlandish amount of people. YouTube has an overpopulous problem. YouTube has way too many people. But they have way too many people and also way too little people. They have way too many people in the wrong areas of the department and way far fewer people in the right department. The thing that still fucking drives me up the wall about YouTube is my biggest thing. I can't fucking stand liars. That if I'm pretty chillax on most things. I'm pretty all right, pretty easygoing. If I find out someone has fucking lied to me, done. I have very fucking little room for liars. And YouTube constantly lies, and they've been lying about this certain thing forever, and it still drives me up the fucking wall why they haven't fixed it, because it's such bullshit. we're just going to go into a little mini rant here. When this hasn't happened for any of my videos yet. Hopefully it doesn't happen ever. I'm sure it will inevitably, but I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon. Please, dear God. But when YouTube puts a copyright strike or an age restriction or any kind of limited thing on a YouTube video, they lie in two different departments, which is the most bullshit area. First thing that they've been lying about for years is that having your video age restricted, having your video suppressed or, by anything like that doesn't hurt advertisements. It doesn't it doesn't hurt recommendations. So you can have your video age restricted, you can have your video limited advertising or copyright striked or any of these things, but it does not hurt your video in search for adults. It doesn't hurt your video in recommended and promotional material like that. And the most bullshit thing about it is that not only is that blatantly wrong, but YouTube also gives you the creator tools to see that it's wrong, because you can watch videos as the views go up and the graphs go up, and then you could see the timeline as well, and you can calculate when it got hit with the age restriction, the limited advertisements, the copyright strike, whatever the fuck it is, and you could see that on the timeline. And every single fucking video that's ever had this happen to them has an immediate fucking brick wall. Every single fucking one. And like, people post it on Twitter all the time and like make YouTube videos talking about this shit all the time. And it's like, you fucking keep saying that this doesn't hurt my video in terms of traffic and whatnot. But I can very clearly see, thanks to the tools that you fucking give me, that at the moment this happened, my views fucking brick walled. It was not being recommended anymore. It was not showing up in search results anymore. It was not showing up in next video results. So don't fucking lie to me and say that it doesn't affect it when it very clearly does. That's lie number one. Lie number two is that, let's say you have 30-minute video, okay? Your video's 30 minutes long. Your video goes up. It's getting some traction. It's starting to go off. You know, things are going well. And then suddenly, your video gets slapped with a copyright strike. Now, you know for a fact it is a false copyright strike. You have the receipts. You've got the proof. You know everything. This is a malicious intent to strike down your video by someone who just fucking hates your guts. Whatever. It happens. So you request a manual review, which, let me remind you, in YouTube's own terms, a manual review is done by a human being. A human being will manually review your video to see if, in fact, the copyright strike placed on it, or the age restriction, whatever, was falsely done or done by a third party by malicious intent. It will manually search through the video and figure this out. Sounds great, right? Wrong. Not fucking once are any of these videos ever manually reviewed, because, and I will repeat this again, you could see this constantly from creators on YouTube and Twitter. They will say that they requested a manual review. Let's say their video is 30 minutes long. They requested the manual review at 7 p.m. Okay. At 7:04 p.m., the manual review comes back and says, your video has been checked and found that, yes, in fact, it has been flagged correctly. The video is 30 minutes long. Even if you fucking watched it at 2x speed, you'd only be able to get through that video in 15 minutes at the fucking fastest. There's no possible way it was manually reviewed in 4 minutes time. So that's where YouTube lies to you a second time. And to give YouTube a little bit of credit, yes, there are a fuckload of videos uploaded every single day, every single minute to this website. I'm not denying that. Of course, you can't have someone manually review every single fucking video. That's not what I'm asking for. What I'm asking for is just to be fucking honest with the creators on your website and say, hey, we're going to change the wording so it no longer says manual review by a human being. It will say reviewed by a robot, or however the fuck you want to term it. But do not fucking lie to us and say that a human being watched your video, because we know that's not fucking physically possible. And also stop lying to us and saying that The video is not hurt in search results or recommended or anything like that when your video gets age restricted, limited ads, or copyright striked. Because thanks to the tools that once again you fucking provide us, we can see that that is in fact not the case. So anyways, that's my two biggest fucking crisis video with YouTube right now, and that's them lying to me. And neither of these fucking affect me whatsoever, but I see it happen to creators that I love constantly, over and over and over again. It's just like, for fuck's sakes. I would understand if you were just, I would have way more respect for you if you were just fucking open and honest with me. You're just like, yep, you know what? We can't manually review this because we have way too few people to manually review videos, so we're just gonna let a robot do it. Okay, great. Still fucking awful of you to do, but at least you fucking honest with me. I'd rather you hurt me with honesty than try and coddle me with lies. Don't try to fucking save me with lies. Just fucking be honest and hurt me with the truth. Anyways, rant over. Catching up on chat. So, you have too much painting to do. I don't actually have that much painting to do for this tournament. Like, like in general, if we're talking about all my unpainted miniatures, Jackson, then yeah, I got a lot of painting to do. But for this tournament, I really don't have a whole lot of painting to do. I've got 2,000 points of Night Lords ready to go. Pretty much the same list as last year. Or not last year, several years ago. But I'm just getting, like, I didn't have the Warp Talons last year. Oh wait, no. No, I think I did have the Warp Talons last year. No, what did I have last year? Because I used my Chaos Lord with the jump pack. Fucking rest in peace. God, that still makes me angry. I'm just getting fired up about that bullshit. Why has that not been reversed yet? God, I'm still fucking angry about that bullshit. Anyways, I need to fucking find a new HQ for my army. Ah, that's fucking bullshit. Anyways, so, but no, he was bubble wrapped with Terminators who deep striked in. That's what he was. He didn't deep strike with Warp Talons because they didn't have them. He deep striked with Terminators. But anyways, so, but I don't have that much painting to do for this tournament. If I want a lot of options to pick from, yeah, but not that much. I cleaned for at least 7 hours today. Holy shit, fish! 7 hours of cleaning? I could fucking never. I could never. They follow Khorne, right? Night Lords? No, they are one of the very few Chaos armies that don't follow any god. Most Chaos armies follow at least either one god or all of them. Like if you go, World Eaters follow Khorne, Emperor's Children follow Slanesh, Death Guard follow Nurgle, and what am I missing? Thousand Suns follow Zeech. Like those are your four main ones. And then you have someone like Black Legion, which is Chaos Undivided, so they follow all four gods equally. But Night Lords are a weird bunch where they don't actually collectively follow any Chaos god. They are really, like, they're not really Chaos Space Marines. They are, I would say, like, they are what's the word I'm looking for? Like, because they're no longer Imperium Space Marines, but they are, what's the word I'm looking for? Because they don't follow Chaos. Some individual members follow Chaos, of course. Like from the Night Lords novel, there was one individual who was fucking teetering on the verge of basically just becoming a fucking Khorne berserker. What the fuck was his name now? Uzos? I think his name was Uzos. But yeah, there was one individual who was like followed Khorne, but that was an individual Night Lord, not Night Lords as a total. So no, they do not follow Khorne. They are one of the only Chaos Space Marine legions that do not follow a Chaos god. They just don't follow the Emperor. Yeah, they're anti-Emperor. They're not Chaos Space Marines. They're anti-Emperor Space Marines. But that doesn't sound as cool. So, but anyways. Fuck Chaos. All my homies hate Chaos. Well, good luck. Chaos is eternal. It is what it is. You're fighting a losing battle. Might as well join the winning side. Maybe finish that one part on the Master. The Master's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely did not. I definitely fully painted this man's backpack, especially the top area right behind his head here. It looks like it was only spray painted black, but no, that is premium brush strokes black. It's It's fine, okay? Fucking, you're gonna put it this far away from you, no one's gonna fucking tell. Shut your fucking mouth. Reminds me of the church I grew up in. Man, was a con artist. Interesting. We're teetering on, not political. What's the word I'm looking for? Religious. Don't want to dive into that one. I am totally okay with religious talk and 40K. Beyond that, lots of people work for YouTube, but only a handful make the impactful decisions. 100%. And I watch it 8 times 3. Jesus Christ. What kills me is how bad YouTube ads are compared to the content they censor. I don't know how bad YouTube ads are because I haven't watched a YouTube ad in years. I have had YouTube Premium since before COVID. I haven't seen an advertisement on YouTube in fucking years, and it is absolute bliss. And creators get more money out of my watch time than regular people. You might not know this, but if you pay for YouTube Premium, your views towards creators cost more, contribute more money for them. Premium views contribute more money to creators than regular views. I don't know how, but they do. So, because I've seen back when I was a YouTube partner, way back in the day before they changed the requirements to 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, I could see on my views like the different amounts of tiny pennies I was getting, and I was like 1 penny, 2 pennies, 2 pennies, 1 penny, and then I had one view from a YouTube Premium subscriber, and it was 10 cents, and I was like, whoa, fucking raking in dough at that point. So yes, so if you pay for YouTube Premium, not only do you no longer have to watch advertisements on YouTube anywhere, fucking bliss, but I mean, you get also a lot of other benefits, but also without doing anything extra, your view counts for more ad revenue for the creators that you watch, which is pretty cool. I like that. So, hey, late, but I made it. Hello, Rionash Elliot. I probably said that horrendously wrong. This is 40K lore. Well, now it's kind of YouTube talk, but it was 40K lore. How you doing? I saw you commented on a couple videos. Thank you for subscribing recently as well. Appreciate you very much. Thank you. How you doing, my friend? I'm just gonna call you Elliot because fucking Lord knows Rion Nash is probably wrong, but here we are. So, 3 hours of show band practice. Oh, what are you playing band, Fish? Please tell me you're like fucking the cello or like the bass saxophone, bass clarinet. That premium shit right there. And then Fish is gonna tell me, I was like, no, I play crash cymbal. It's like, hey, you know what? Hey, you're putting it work. I believe if the Emperor would be allowed to die, he would be reborn. When I say death of the corpse Emperor, there's emphasis on the corpse part. I don't think he would. I don't believe he would be reborn. I think his soul would go into the warp like every other soul in 40K, and I'm almost dead certain every single fucking Chaos God, all 4 of them, would tear his ass anew. They would refuse to ever let him go. Not a fucking chance. It would make for a great story, though. Fucking the Emperor reborn and his fight against all 4 Chaos Gods. And of course he would win because Games Workshop couldn't let that happen any other way. So, but I mean, they did kill off fucking Killiclaw. What's his name now? Yarick. They did kill off Yarick, but there's also rumors that Yarick isn't actually dead because nobody in 40K ever actually dies. There is a small handful of like named characters who actually die in 40K. Most of them just disappear and are never heard from again until Games Workshop decides to go, okay, we need new plot lines, a new story. Oh, they're back! And it, you know, it just does that show. I mean, it's a good way to, you know, keep fucking the story rolling and everything. You don't kill off characters because then you're constantly have to make new characters that people have to suddenly get invested in. But if you can get people invested in characters and then just kind of take that character and be like, oh, they're not actually dead, they disappeared. And then you just keep them in a locker for a really, really long time, just brewing and stewing and brewing and stewing. And then all of a sudden, hey, he's back from the warp. And then even fucking 17 more novels and, you know, all that shit. So, yeah, that's what it is. Scottish name, Riona is the pronouncing. Even though I just read that, I feel like I still said that wrong. Riona Elliott? Is that Riona Elliott? I just found your channel. Great stuff. Thank you so much, Elliott. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And also, thank you for checking out the live stream. Very few people who watch my videos actually check out the live stream, so I appreciate you actually coming down. I'm not painting. I'm not doing anything fucking productive. I'm just sitting here chatting with you guys, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you continue to enjoy the content I provide. And if you don't, I fully understand. I play the tenor sax. It was close. I said bass sax. No, and then I changed it to bass clarinet. Is there a bass sax? No, that's a baritone sax. Not a bass sax. Anyways. And flute for regular band. Damn. Good on you. I always wanted to learn the flute. I thought it was such a fucking cool instrument, but I hated that you had to always keep it fucking upright. I really didn't like that. My friend, I don't know if he's in the stream though, but Lord Ghostcat, he played flute in band with me. Kudos to him. Or more money. Or correct, Nervous. Or more money. This is Games Workshop. It's always about them fucking British pound sterling. The Nicol Bolas approach. Yes. Exactly, Elliot. Exactly, the Nicol Bolas approach. Nicol Bolas gets fully defeated at the War of the Spark by the Gatewatch, fully fucking absolutely obliterated. Where is he put? In a cage. What? This is trust me, I fucking love Nicol Bolas. He is one of my favorite characters from Magic. Bolas. Bolas, that's technically his horn there. And then there's Bolas there on the mug. This was actually gifted to me by Rafixix and his girlfriend. So thank you very much for that. I used that recently. Sorry, I had to sift through my fucking mountain of dirty clothes, but I also ran a Dungeons & Dragons game a long time ago, homebrewed, and one of the players made this for me. Because Nicol Bolas was the BBEG of the campaign. So there's his fucking horns. And then you know what? I've never shown this before, and I never got to use it, and I probably never will. But I'm gonna share this with you guys as well, because goddamn did I spend fucking so long trying to get this like perfect. And I was so fucking proud of it, and I never fucking got to use it, and I'm so upset. I'm still upset. But let me show you guys something. All right, bye, fish. You have yourself a good one. Thanks for swinging by. I'll catch up with everybody else's chat in a moment here. So, ignore that. That's my fucking thing here. But I made this. This was supposed to be the Nicobolus miniature. For the final fight of the campaign. This was about you were gonna have a big battle where he was going to get the stone back, and you guys are gonna fight him for possession of the stone. And if he got the stone, then he could effectively end the world. But if you guys got the stone, he didn't. So that was the Nicobolus miniature I made. It was going to be upscaled. I'd 3D print it to I was probably going to go for a large base size. I was tempting to go huge, but I figured large would probably be okay. And I tried to make it very similar to Nicobolus. I tried to make it very similar to that famous Nicobolus image. Yeah, this one. So I tried to make it just like this one here. You see he's kind of like poised out with his hand outreach like that. So I tried to make similar to that. So, but anyways, just wanted to share that. So anyways, let me catch up on chat here for a second. So, there's also the theory that the Imperium's worship will actually make the Emperor a god. I mean, he technically is already renowned as the God Emperor, so I think maybe eventually he could become a god, quote unquote, but I don't know how they would work that out, because the only gods in existence are the Chaos gods. You'd have to have gods elsewhere for me to consider that way more. Is there a chance he could become the first of a different type of god? Sure. And yes, Slaanesh was birthed completely out of just excess into a new chaos god. So maybe the Emperor could become a new chaos god, but I'm sure that would go over very well. So I don't know. I don't lend too much credence to that, but you know, who knows? It's Games Workshop. So talking to me isn't productive, gasp. No, it's very not. Talking to you is like the least productive thing, nerd. Because it always devolves into fucking just bad. It's not really hard to learn 2BH. Well, excuse me, Fish. You're not here to defend yourself anymore. So I had a hard time, and there's nothing you can say about it because you're not here. So fuck you. Chair stream, let's go. Yes, it was a chair stream for a moment. I'd sit on that chair, not gonna lie. It's a very comfortable chair. Thank you very much, Staples. I appreciate it for the chair. All right. Oh, hell yeah. My first 5e campaign I DM'd was a Ravnica campaign that ended with the War of the Spark. They didn't get to go against Nikki B, but did face off against Okatara. Nice. That's super sick. That sounds real cool. I haven't run any one-shots or campaigns or anything in Ravnica, but I'd like to someday. But I really enjoyed the Ravnica book. I just haven't run anything in it, but that sounds fucking sick. Good on you, Elliot. Make him naked, you coward. No. YouTube TOS forbids me. There's nothing underneath him. So, he is a cloaca. You can't see anything unless the fucking shells open up. There's already evidence that there's something like that going on with the Saints and whatnot. Is there? Is there really, though? Or is it just one massive placebo pill that all the fucking Saints and their, you know, worshipped followers and whatnot are all just fucking sucking dry? Tor, there's also the god of the Harlequin Eldar. Oh, I guess there is Kegoroth. And the Catan. Okay. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. I didn't think about Kegoroth or the Catan. Not to mention the Legion of the Damned. Okay. Legion of the Damned don't count. The fucking Legion of the Damned is an old faction that Games Workshop made just for the sake of being cool and haven't fucking done anything with. That's the same argument. Listen, I love the idea that, like, the 2nd Legion and the 11th Legion got wiped from history because they did something horrendously immorally wrong, and they just got their name, their ranks, their badges, everything just completely wiped from the annals of history. I love that lore. I think it's super sick, but let's be honest, my friends, that is not the reason the 2nd and 11th Legions don't exist. The main reason they don't exist is because way back in the day, when Games Workshop was still a really cool, down-to-earth fucking company, they made the 2nd and 11th Legions completely blank because, and I quote, we wanted our players to be able to make their own cool Legion. So we left one good Legion and one bad Legion blank for them to make whatever Legion they wanted. And then as the company grew and they started making more and more lore and more novels for the Black Library, they changed the narrative so that it could actually fit in a lore perspective instead of a gameplay perspective. And when the 2nd and 11th Legions did exist, but they got wiped for the annals of history because of something horrendous that they did, and no one knows what it is except for, like, the Primarchs and the God Emperor himself, and that's about it. But that's not what it started out as. It started out as, hey, here's a cool way for you to make whatever Legion you want or whatever chapter you want. But they've changed that since. Now you can't have it as the 2nd Legion or the 11th Legion because that's against the lore. You can have it at your friendly table because nobody gives a shit, and that sounds cool, but, you know, don't try to do that at a sanctioned Warhammer tournament, or otherwise that doesn't work. So, but yes, you are right. I completely forgot about Kegoroth, and I forgot about the old ones in the Catan and whatnot. So, fair enough. Okay, that lends a bit more credence that way. I will oblige on that one. Since when has 40k ever cared about morals? Well, fair enough. One of the Warhammer books mentioned the Tau creating a new god through their faith in the greater good. That sounds so vague. That sounds like something so vague that the writer just basically very quickly put that in and then just went, oh, I bet they're going to fucking eat that shit up, and then just moved on. And here you are. Because I haven't only hinted at for later lore. Like everything else Games Workshop does. Literally every fucking bit of ink put on paper is lore hinted at for later lore when they feel it's worth expanding upon, or they feel there's a big enough money pot to pull from on it. I shit you not, I guarantee you, at some point in time, I don't know when, I don't know where, and I don't know how, but I know for a fucking fact, at some point in time, Games Workshop is going to come out and reveal the 2nd and 11th Legions. And it is going to be the most batshit insane moment ever in Games Workshop history. I guarantee it, because the hype and the craziness around it would be so fucking astronomical, and GW could come out with 2 whole brand new armies, one for Chaos and one for Imperium. And that shit would sell like fucking hotcakes. They don't even have to be good. It would sell because it would be so fucking astronomically monumentous, because this pot has been brewing for so long. I know it's going to happen because it's way too big of an opportunity for it not to happen. So, yeah, lore for lore for lore for lore. So can I get some Tau titties? Jackson would have to do a painting stream. Jackson plays Tau. I play Chaos. I play Night Lord. I play Heretic Astartes, Night Lords, Heretic Astartes, World Eaters, No, that's it. Heretic Astartes, Night Lords, Heretic Astartes, World Eaters, Grey Knights, Adeptus Astartes, Blood Ravens, using Blood Angels rules, but painted as painted as Blood Ravens. And then I've picked up my 5th army. I've ever since they announced the models for that, I was like, fuck, because like old of this army, I was like, it's so sick, it's so fun, it looks so great, but I could never really get into it because there were just certain aspects about it. I was like, yeah, I can't really fully into it, but it was always in the back of my mind. I was like, I really, but it looks so fucking bombastically fun. And then they came out with a new range of models for a different type of army, still under this one. I went, all right, you know what? If I'm ever going to get into that army, it's going to be this direction. It's not going to be that direction. It's going to be this direction. And then my local game store had a couple of their minis on sale for Boxing Day, and I was like, fuck. And I didn't even really know it until Jackson told me, and I was like, fuck. And then I bought it, and I'll show you what it was. So now at some point in time, it's not going to be for a while, but at some point in time, I'm going to be fucking painting Beast Naga boys. Fucking orcs. Goddamn orcs. Fucking Beast Naga boys. I've loved orcs for so long. I love just how they play. I love their lore. I love how dumb and just stupid, and just I love they are the pinnacle of fun. Like in 40K, it is the grim, dark, horrible future. But if you want the most just fun army, just from a story perspective, it's orcs. By no fucking sheer question of a doubt, it's orcs. And like I love that. But I've never super been interested in playing orcs. I felt they were okay, but they weren't like super interesting to me. And then Games Workshop came out with the Beast Naga boys, which is like a different type of orc. It's more primal orc. I mean, you can just look at them here. So see if we get a close up here. But Beast Naga boys are more primal orcs. They're covered in furs, and they've got like way more teeth and hide and everything, and they ride like dinosaur squigs effectively. I shit you not. I think they're literally called like squigosaurs and whatnot. And I saw them and I was like, God damn it. If I was ever going to play orcs, it was going to be Beast Naga boys. And then, yeah. And then fucking Quantum had a big Boxing Day sale on a lot of Warhammer stuff. And I saw the Beast Naga boys, and they were like fucking 40% off. It was either 40 or 50% off. And I was like, fuck. Fuck it. So now I have 10 Beast Naga boys. It clicked like 3 keys on my keyboard and opened fucking Dev's Tools, and I just have the Matrix screen open right now. Got that out of the way. So, but anyways. I also got a big fucking box of marine stuff I'll also go grab, but bottom line is I have no money anymore. I have $0 until Thursday when Patreon pays me, and then Friday when not YouTube. I wish it was YouTube. Someday soon. But when my job pays me. So yes, I'm a tank. Fucking love that animation. It's so good. So Squig Hog boys. Mod played. I don't know what that means. But anyways, I'm gonna go put the Beast Naga boys back. And I can only blame Jackson a little bit for this. I'm gonna be honest. I can only blame Jackson somewhat for making me buy this, because at the end of the day, it was me who didn't have not the fucking discipline not to buy this. But he was like, it would go so well with your Blood Ravens, and he's not wrong. It would. And he was like, by the way, it's heavily discounted at Quantum for today. And I was like, fuck. Okay. And then I went in there, and I shit you not, there was this box and another one of these types of boxes. I can't remember what it is, but it was another marine box. I don't know what it was called. But nonetheless. And there was two dudes looking at both of these boxes. And it made me feel very much like me and Jackson when we go shopping. Because Jackson, every time Jackson looks at Warhammer models, I'm like, get it, do it. You need it. You know you need it. Like, absolutely get it. Like, what, you won't regret it. Absolutely do it. And I do that all the time. And sometimes it works. Not very often, but sometimes it works, and he gets angry at me, but he fucking bought it. So, and that's the same thing here. As Jackson did that to me, and I bought it. But anyways, I was watching these two dudes, and one dude is constantly going back and forth between this box and the other box, and I'm watching from afar, and I'm going, half of me is like, please put the Shield Breakers box down so that I can grab it and pay for it. But another half of me is like, please buy the Shield Breaker box so I don't. And after a couple minutes of this, they put this box down, and they went over and they bought the other box. And I was like, fuck. And at the same time, yes. So then I quickly picked it up and I walked over to the counter and I bought it. That's not true. I picked it up and then I passed the stack of Beast Naga boys that were like 50% off, and I was like, oh. Fuck. Fuck it. I'm in for a penny, in for a pound, and I grabbed that, and here we are now. So. Yeah, so now I have these to add to the Blood Ravens as well. Hoorah. I have so much fucking plastic. It's been an hour. Are we gonna paint? No. Fuck you. How dare you ask me to paint while I have dragged my painting table over here. Yeah, we'll paint. I'll put these down and I'll fill the painting pot up, so. I got flayed ones. That's right, Jackson, finally got flayed ones because they were no longer $30 for fucking 5 minis. Which, fair enough. I built 2. Hell yeah, let's go. Fucking murder buckets are going on the bases, boys. But also, yeah, I fully agree with you. $30 for 5 minis feels bad. So, you know, when they suddenly go 40 or 50% off one of the two, whichever it was. I mean, 65 per 5. It's $65 for 5 minis? I thought it was 30. It's 65 for 5 minis? Fucking Jesus Christ. That's horrendous. Holy fuck. All right. Well, damn, and I'm sitting here going $30 for 5 minis is awful. Fucking flayed 165. Anyway, I'm going to go put this away and fill up the paint pot, and we'll actually get to painting here. That's why I use Christmas monies. That's fair. I got $100 for Christmas. In terms of like just pure hard cash, I got $100 from my grandmother. I thanked her very, very much, and I filled up a full tank of gas. Not a full tank of gas. I lied because we're fucking living in post-COVID times. Before COVID, $80 would fill up my tank. $100 doesn't even fill up my tank anymore. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna go fill this and put this away. Okay. I realized my colored lights have not been on this whole time. I'm gonna fix that. Used to be able to get a full tank for about $15. Those were good times. That was a while ago. It's alright. Snapchat, very important. Alright. Oh, fucking colored lights. Forgot to throw those on. Let's go. Hey, look at that. Add a little bit of color to the background. Alright. Let's see if we can set this all up. Look, gonna reach over and click. Oh, that's still on this one. Gotcha. Wait. Welcome back to Handheld, Torsten. How you doing? Okay. Let's bring over voice acting microphone. Because voice acting microphone is going to act as our overhead fucking rig. And you know what? Fucking whatever works. Okay. Just throw that up there. I realize this is going to be at a horrid angle. But, oh, it's gonna fucking block me and everything. Yikes. Alright, we'll figure this out. We'll do this a little bit differently. We'll do this like this instead. You guys getting fucking nauseated yet? Constantly moving around with the fucking camera? No? Good. There we go. That should work. Sit here and paint just like that. There you go. Move it up a little bit. That should work just dandy. And then the coup de grace painting light. That's way too bright now. Now I gotta change that. I gotta reach over all these fucking tables and cameras and everything. Ah! Fuck! Oh, this is not ideal. This is bullshit. Much better. Okay. There we go. That's much better. Now my face is completely blown out and white, but fuck it. It is what it is. We work with what we got. Alright, so last time, chat, we had painted this dude here, this Master of Executions. I see the focus is turned off. So I should probably fucking change that as well. Okay. Once again. So last time, there we go. We painted this Master of Executions. He is fully painted. Don't worry about the top of his fucking backpack. He's fully painted. So we got him, so I can use him for Amiable Bright next weekend. Hoorah! That's the name of the tournament I'm going to, by the way. Amiable Bright. Don't know why the fuck it's called that. Never looked it up, never questioned it. It just is what it is. These are some of my favorite models, just to use and everything. I love their lore. I love the way they play. They're super fun, super fantastic. So these are Warp Talons here. They're fun to play. I enjoy fucking deep striking and just hacking and slashing the shit out of people with them. Those little skulls on the back, those are added by me just because I thought it'd be fun to put them there. I had a bunch of skulls lying around and I was like, you know what, let's add some flair to these backpacks. So I put some skulls on there, and then the leader's got the big skull on the back with the giant horns because he's cool and he gets that. But 3 of these are painted and ready for table play, and then 2 of these are only semi-painted. These 2, they've got the blue on the armor, and then they've got the Averlin trim. So they still need a little bit of work. I don't know if we'll get both of them done tonight, since we have spent an hour just kind of chatting and chilling, but that was an hour very well spent. But we'll do our best. We'll start with this guy first, leaving the leader for last. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what we can do here with you, buddy. Also, I both like and don't like using these fucking holders, because every time I put my minis in here, I can see the fucking base bending up ever so slightly, and it always leaves me very nervous that either the mini is going to pop off the base or the washer glued underneath is going to pop out of it. So I don't like that, but it fucking is what it is. So, right, let's go ahead and get started here. What are we going to start with on you? Let's go ahead and do... Let's do the white trim for your claws and toesies. Yeah, we'll do the white trim first on you, and then we'll go from there. When I get into tabletop, I'm thinking either Tau, Guardsmen, Cadians, or maybe Space Marines. I mean, it sounds cliche to start, but I would say Space Marines is genuinely a good place to start. They're the most common available. They have the most variations available, the most different paint schemes available, and then also you can paint them yourself. My Vortex Mixer, that's what I need. So I'd recommend Space Marines just as a first army to get into, especially for painting. Especially for painting. Tau can also be good for painting. They also have a lot of large flat surfaces, primarily flat surfaces. Guardsmen, I guess okay, but Guardsmen, you are now stuck with painting faces, which becomes a fucking nightmare. So, to each their own there. But I grab my Vortex Mixer, and then we'll continue here. Okay, BRB. The Vortex Mixer is not in here. Where the fuck did I put it? Oh yeah, well BRB while I go look for the fucking Vortex Mixer. Hello, Nathan. What the fuck? I can't. I don't get it. How the fuck do I lose? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Got it. Never mind. Fuck. Well, that was annoying. Fucking right there the whole time. It doesn't fit in that. What the fuck? Oh my god, it doesn't fit in any of these outlets because I have too much shit in them. Ah! What? Okay. The only outlet I can plug it into is over there that has space for it. So every time I want to mix up my paints for today, I want to go off the camera over there, mix up the paints on the floor, and then I'll be right back. So we're going to do that right now with our Corax White. Sorry that we're taking so long to get to painting. Okay. Now we're back with our fully mixed up Corax White. Alright. Let's get started. What tournament is this? It is a small... it's not a big tournament by any means. It's just a home tournament. It's called Amiable Bright. I went to it several years ago. Last time it ran. And it was fun. It was a good time. I think I placed 4th last. 3rd last. I did shit. I was dog shit. But I didn't go to the tournament to place. I went there just because the only time I really played 40K, well, not really the only time I ever played 40K was with Jackson. And I wanted to play against other people, and I wanted to just like really dive into just constantly playing 40K, and I wanted to face different armies and play against different people, and also give me a reason to like really paint my armies, because you cannot go into the tournament unless your armies are painted to tournament standard, which is 3 colors minimum on each model. So it was a way to force me to paint a lot of my gray, but it was also a way to play more games against more people, and I enjoyed that immensely. Even though I played like dog shit and I got like 3rd last, 4th last, I still had a fucking blast. So I'd love to go again, and that's why I'm going again. Sorry guys. Sorry. Okay. How you doing, by the way, Nathan? Hope all is well. Happy New Year. Hope things are going well for you. I know the New Year's just getting started, but nonetheless. So I think I'm going to try something new for these claws. So for the last couple of claws over there, I did not use Corax white. I used White Scar white, which is a layer instead of a base. If you don't know what that means, it's just a different type of paint and just a different way that it applies. Layers are very, very light paints. They do not go on super well, and they need several coats before they go on well enough that you don't bleed anything behind them. But I mainly use White Scar because it's a whiter white. This, I don't know how well I can see it on camera, not very well. But this Corax white's more of a gray white than a white white, so I use White Scar white because it's more of a white white. But I've always had to apply it in several coats, and it's very irritating. So what we're going to try today is I'm going to try and do it the traditional way that you're supposed to do it, and I'm going to put all his claws in Corax white, and then once this is all done drying, I'm going to go over his claws with a dry brush of White Scar. And I'm thinking that will look pretty sick too. It'll give me the nice white claws that I want, but in less time because I won't be going over them several fucking times with the layer paint. I could also just do them in, you know, one solid layer here of Corax white, but they're not the white that I want. Like, again, they're more of a gray white, and that's not what I want. I want white white. I want alabaster white. So, I'm gonna try that. See how that comes out. I'm thinking it'll look good. And we'll find out when we get there. Add me on Snap? No. I keep Snap for close friends, and that is all. I am not a social media person on Snap. Do you have to repaint whenever you have a diff tournament? Nope. I paint my army in Night Lords because I love Night Lords, and I usually play my army in Night Lords. Sometimes I will play them as World Eaters instead, because I like World Eaters a lot. But this is not one of those tournaments where if you show up with them painted in Night Lords colors, you have to play them as Night Lords. No, by no means, because that's stupid expensive when you get to that point. Because if you have one Chaos Army, which I do, I have one Chaos Army, and like you are supposed to only ever play that Chaos Army in the colors that you paint it, then you are limited to one army forever unless you fork out another several $1,000s to buy all the models again and paint them in an entirely new scheme just to play that style of army, which is absolute bullshit. Absolutely not. Now, I say that, however, I hope I'm wrong on this, but I think that's actually what you have to do for Games Workshop sanctioned tournaments. You have to play them in the colors they are painted as. I think that's how it does. I hope not. Because the easiest way around that is to just paint them as a custom chapter or a custom force. Paint them in whatever style you want. And then when you show up, you just say, it's my custom chapter, but I'm playing them as, and then that rules thing. Which is what I do right now with Night Lords. It's like I paint them as Night Lords because I love Night Lords and I like seeing them as Night Lords. But whenever I play them as World Eaters, I just say I'm playing World Eaters today. They're painted in Night Lords colors, but I'm using World Eater rules. And 9.9 times out of 10, your opponent's gonna be like, "Sick, that's awesome," and you move on. So, I mean, that's exactly what I'm doing with my Blood Ravens. Well, yeah, in a way, because my Blood Ravens are painted as Blood Ravens, but the Blood Ravens rules are dog shit. I hate them because the Blood Ravens rules just say to use Ultramarine rules, and I'm like, that's ass. I don't want to play my Blood Ravens as Ultramarines. I want to play them more aggressive, more awesome like. So that's why I play my Blood Ravens with Blood Angel rules. But they're not painted as Blood Angels, they're painted as Blood Ravens. So yeah, generally, basically, paint your army however you want to paint them. Use whatever color scheme you like. You can use a custom scheme, you can use a scheme from the lore, do whatever you want. And then when you show up to play with your opponent, just say, hey, like if you're playing your army with the same rules they're painted as, great, you don't have to do anything. Like these are Night Lords, they're painted as Night Lords, and today I'm playing Night Lords. Perfect, that all makes sense. But if you're like, I want to try something different, fucking go for it. Just say, hey, I'm playing Chaos Space Marines today. I know they're painted as Night Lords, but I really want to try Death Guard. So I'm playing with Death Guard rules. 9.9 times out of 10, your opponent will go, sick, man, that's awesome. And you go, and that's it. Because, like you said, Nathan, it's a lot of fucking work if you do it the other way. Either repainting them every single time, which you have to strip them all of the paint with sandblasting and the shit to repaint all of that. Awful. No, you spend so much money on paint to do that, and also to buy an entire new army of the exact same models just to paint them in a different scheme so you can play them as a different army. No, just paint one army in the way you like to paint them, and then whenever you want to, whatever rules you want to play them as, just play them as that rules. Simple as that. Now, some armies do have custom models that you have to get if you want to play that army, and that can be a little bit more difficult, but a lot of times, as long as you have a model with the same base size as the model you are replicating, then you just say like, this model is a Death Guard, or sorry, what are they called? Death Knight Terminators? I think that's what they're called. But like, this model is a Death Knight Terminator, but I don't have Death Knight Terminators, or I don't have actual Terminator models, but the base size is exactly the same. And that's what matters most, because the base size is what you use for measuring distance for combat and everything. So as long as the base size is exactly the same, once again, most of your opponents are gonna be like, okay, no worries. I might have to like get you to remind me which model is that, because it doesn't actually look like that model. But as long as the base size is exactly the same, you should be golden. Because like I said, again, that's what matters when it comes to combat. I spent too much time talking and not painting, and my paint got stiff on me. He says, close friends like I haven't known this man for 5+ years, and that makes me sad. I meant IRL people. I only have IRL people on Snapchat. Your Snapchat meant to be exposed by Nermus. Meant to be exposed by Nermus? Oh, well, too bad. Nermus ain't gonna expose my Snapchat. He knows better. I would hope. Should I do it? No. I will ban you for life. You will lose mod privileges. You'll lose IRL privileges. Leave more notes in his house, Nermus. No, don't you fucking dare. Supposedly there's still one I need to find, god damn it. don't need fucking any more to find. I don't need that shit. Okay. Oh, I missed his thumb. Okay. There's his claws and toesies. Maybe, just maybe. Don't you fucking dare, bitch. Don't do the way. My stomach is grumbling. Gonna have to fucking do some Beat Saber after supper. I'm in a calorie deficit currently, but I know if I eat supper, I will no longer be in a calorie deficit, so I got to do some workouts afterwards. I'm taking this weight loss goal seriously, chat. I was in a calorie deficit on the first, and the second, barely on the second, but I was. And I'm currently in a calorie deficit today on the third. But as soon as I eat supper, I will no longer be in a calorie deficit. Unless I eat like a bag of chips for supper, and only like half the bag, then I might still be in a calorie deficit. But that's probably not what's gonna happen. So. Let's look at these little claws here on the edge of the wing. And then be done with the white. There we go. Okay. Now we got the white done. Oh, I guess his horns. Forgot about that. Get a little bit more white. Just a tiny dollop here. Boop. Get a light dinner like a salad with some steak strips. Yeah, that's probably what to do. I'll take a walk to the gas station, see what they got. And I'll burn some calories on the walk there and back as well. Help out. And the gas station always got cheap sandwiches and other stuff. Find something maybe with not a whole lot of bread. I realize this is not the best camera for this. I apologize for that, chat, but hopefully it's alright. Hopefully it's not too bad. I know it's not super high detail or anything, but hey, you know what? We're working on a budget here. I spent all my fucking money on whatever miniatures already, alright? I've got fucking less than $100 to spend before I get my paycheck, alright? We do what we can with what we got. Shut up, stomach. I'll get to you when I get to you. An entire case of Hot Pockets. They're full of nutrients growing gamers need. Absolutely. I am no longer a growing gamer, except in one aspect, and that's my fucking stomach. Alright, so while we let the Korax white dry, let's move on to our next color, which we're probably going to do lead belcher. We're going to do some silver for some metal panels of armor and backpack and such. Where's my lead belcher? Lead belcher is right there in front of me. So, yeah, once again, vortex mixer, BRB. I'll go off to the side. That should probably do it. Let's crack this open, see how that looks. Ooh, yeah, very well mixed. Beauty. Oh, this you cannot see shit. I should bump up the exposure by one stop. You know I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bump up the exposure by one stop so you guys can actually see something. A little bit of whitewash from the overhead light right in this area here, but we're not worried about that area. We're looking at over here, so that should be able to show you guys a bit more at risk of it being fucking out of focus. There you go. Yeah. Oh, you can't even really see that. Oh yeah, a little bit. It's well mixed now. It's no longer lumpy. It's no longer lumpy from King Kong. If anybody remembers that movie. God, I love that movie. Fucking over 3.5 hours long that movie was, but goddamn was it good. Andy Serkis was Lumpy. He was also Kong. Jack Black was the fucking director. Jack Black was finally in a role where it wasn't always comedy. God, I love when that happens to actors. When they're typecasted all their fucking life, and then they finally get a breakout role where they're no longer playing their typecast. God, I love that. And Jack Black and Kong, I fucking loved it so much. But no longer was he was the haha funny fucking short fat man who played music. He was his actual role, and it was wonderful. I don't think he's had very many roles like that. And if he has, I don't know about them. I think there's a couple other movies I know of, but I haven't seen where he had a more serious role. But not many. Alright. Silver on these back panels here. Jump back. Just on these little flaps here. Come out. That's how I did them on these guys. Yep. These are the uniform across all of them. Excuse me. By the way, chat, I guess this only applies to Refixix, Breach, and Daydream. If you three are still in the chat, reminder: next this Saturday before stream is session 0 for Stormwreck Isle. Okay, don't forget. We'll be having a Discord call. We'll be discussing the campaign, discussing character ideas and such, what to expect, and we'll be going over all of that. That happens before regular stream on Saturday. So please be aware. Do not forget. And then also, chat, we have one space left for our live Dungeons & Dragons short campaign, Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. We have one space left if you would like to join. You must have a good microphone. You must have a webcam. Because this will be streamed live. If interested, there's a channel in the Discord. Take a look-see. Okay. Those little fins down there. Do the top of the backpack, or the top of the jump pack around this area. Sorry, bump the camera there. Excuse me. Shouldn't have painted the white spikes coming out from this turbine. Be careful. Should be okay. Alright, so far so good. Should I have a date with Elizabeth Gillies on Saturday? I don't know who that is, but you're gonna have to tell her the sorry babe, D&D calls. The name sounds familiar, but I can't place the face. Also, Breach, didn't you not work today? I just realized you've been at this entire stream, and this is a Tuesday stream. You didn't work today? You got the day off? You feeling unwell? The shop closed down? You're free? Unemployed, but free? Get right in there. There we go. And I got this week off. Oh, sheesh. Sheesh. Nice. Any particular reason? Or just because of, like, holidays and shit? Long story short, corporate are dumb fucks, so we get a week off if we choose to. Oh, damn. Well, happy for you. I would say sorry corporate sucks, but at the same time, you got a week off as benefit for their shit. So that ain't too bad. I've had corporate fuck up a couple of times for myself, me and Nermus. But we got extra money out of it. We got a lot of back pay twice now. And we got a double raise. And we're getting a third raise in April. So, shit's not too bad. It sucked at the time, but now that it's over, it's like, you know what? I'm okay with this outcome. We got fucking extra money for it. Money we were supposed to have been getting technically a while ago, but money nonetheless. So yeah, we got money, but we did not get a week off. We got money that we were supposed to be getting already. But hey, you know what? At least we got it. We got them fucking dollary dues. We got our Canadian ruples. Jetpack's a little sloppy, but you know what? At arm's reach, if it looks good at arm's reach, that's what matters. I'm not here trying to win no fucking competitions or shit. I'm here to slap paint on the model. As long as it looks like a Night Lord from arm's reach away, that's all that fucking matters. I ain't here trying to win awards. I ain't here trying to be the best. I'm here trying to make it a playable model. And be somewhat proud of the fact it's a playable model. I really could just fucking spray paint it 3 different colors and it would be tournament legal. But I'd be like, damn, that shit look like ass. So I'm okay with sloppy corners. I'm alright with a couple of missed edges. Does it look like a Night Lord on the field from an arm's reach away? Yes. And it is part of a squad, so once it blends in with the rest of the squad, even more so will people not give a shit and not be able to tell. So I don't give a damn. I do want to be proud, but I also primarily want it to be playable. That's my main concern. Proud, but playable. So, yeah, maple leaves. Yes, lots of maple leaves. Oh, he's standing on a fucking piece of like cement rock. Paint that shit silver. silver on the base that he's standing on. Alright, I think that does it for silver. So now, we're going to get the fleshed color. Oh, I realized his face isn't painted yellow. His face is supposed to be painted yellow with the rest of them. Fuck! Alright, well, we'll do that after. We're going to get the flesh color, and we're going to paint this this shoulder pad of fleshy, because these warp talons strip people's flesh off, and then they hang it off their shoulder pads, which is why they got one shoulder pad that's a fleshy color. Let's see if I can actually get the fucking camera to focus for once. So they got one shoulder pad here that's a fleshy color, that's like strewn flesh pulled over the metal, and then the other shoulder pad's a regular shoulder pad. So we gotta get the flesh paint for that shoulder pad and go from there. That won't take too long because we're only just painting that one piece. So once again, I have to fucking dip off camera. Vortex up the flesh, which is there. Rakarth flesh. Uno momento. Alright. Rakarth flesh. All Vortex text up. Let's see how it looks. Yes. It's not lumpy. It's nice and fluid. That's what you like to see. Okay. Let's throw some flesh onto this pauldron. Afterwards, but I did not. Oh well. A little delicate. Watery. Add a little bit more paint to it. Through. add a little bit of a wash over top of it, give it a little bit of a red tone, a little bit of blood, and popped blood vessels and shit. And that will be good. So I learned just about everything in Dragon of Icespire Peak is geared for TPKing low-level players. I think I was going to kill him, divert so many things as to not kill him. Yeah. Dragon of Icespire Peak is... I mean, it's a trend I'm starting to see with a lot of adventures these days. Low level is brutal. I mean, I ran Dragon of Icespire Peak for Tora de Sushi, Refixix, and Lord Ghostcat. And they did all right. They did okay with the caves, and they did okay with the Orc House and the Manticore. But as soon as they went to the Lighthouse, holy shit, they fell apart. They got to those fucking harpies, and they just fucking one by one. It wasn't good. That is the one and only campaign I've ever had end in a TPK. And I honestly thought they'd be okay. And I think they still could have done it, but they went into it one by one. So to be fair, I think they could have handled those harpies fine, but it was because one went in and died, and the second one came in and died, and then the third one came in and died. So that's kind of on them. So yeah, I didn't even get to the dragon. I don't know what the Icespire Peak dragon fight is even like. I mean, I read it, so I know what it's supposed to be like, but I haven't run it, so. You go to bed, Night Owl? Have a good night. Good night, Nermus. I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your sleepy time. Thank you for coming to our stream. Everybody wish Nermus a good night. Good night, Nermus. Sleep tight. Don't let no bed bugs bite. Check under your bed for Nurgle. No. Check under your bed for Kriegsmarines coming up underneath with shovels. Someone... There's a cartoon drawing of a child checking under his bed for monsters, and all he sees is like 3 or 4 Krieg guardsmen coming up out of a trench or out of a tunnel with their shovels. It exists. I know it does. I've seen it. Someone send that to Nermus. So good night, Nermus. Check under your bed for Kriegsmen. I'm going to take my grandma to the doctor tomorrow. I'm going to turn into... No worries, Breach. You both have yourself a good night. Have a good time with your grandma tomorrow. Hope all goes well at the doctor's. Hope no bad news. Hope everything is, hunky-dory. But you have yourself a good night. Thanks for swinging by the stream. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. Alright, chat. I'm coming to the conclusion we're not going to finish both of them. We're going to finish maybe this one. I don't know if we'll finish it. But from this point, I gotta add a little bit of yellow to his face. You know what, let's do the dry brushing. No, we'll do the dry brushing afterwards. Let's do the yellow to his face. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to paint the face with a bit of yellow. Red! I haven't touched any red anywhere. Oh, and I forgot to paint the lightning streaks white on his pin. Fuck! Alright, so I got to paint the lightning streaks on his legs. So I got to go back to white. And I got to paint his face yellow. Then I got to paint the base with the Armageddon dust. And then wash the dust. Wash the pauldron. Wash the whole model. And then dry brush the talons. That's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to switch to red. We're going to paint a couple of accents red. And then we're going to paint his face yellow, and we're going to call it there for tonight. Because there's still a lot to do. let's grab our Mephiston Red and our Everland Sunset. And I'm going to go Vortex mix both of these, and I'll be right back. Whew. Alright, our last two paints. Put these out of the way here. Okay, I'm gonna start with the red. Get those red accents in, like on the eyes and on the chest. And then from there we'll paint the face yellow and color there. Big of a brush for this, but that's okay. Because anything spills over is going to get painted yellow anyways. So it's alright. Yeah, that's a lot of red, but that's okay. We'll cover up the excess with yellow. Go around the face. Go. That was all we needed. Just a couple dollars of red for the eyes and a little chest plate. Just a tiny little bit to accent them out. Don't need a lot, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, switch to yellow. Sorry, camera. I love this vortex mixer. It does such a good job. Paint is so nice. I love it. Dip that in. Alright. Delicate yellow in here. there's one thing I don't like about that fact. Holy fuck, English Torsten. One fact I don't like that I picked. Oh my god, how the fuck do I speak the English language? One fact about Night Lords that I don't like is that yellow is a primary color for them. Because yellow is a fucking awful color to paint with. It is absolutely dreadful. I can't explain why really well, but just like Google search or YouTube search like why yellow is the worst paint to paint with, because it's awful. Not just for like miniature painting, just painting in general. Yellow is a horrendous color to paint with. But oh well, I picked Night Lords. I have nothing but myself to blame. Alright, there he's got a little bit of a yellow top on his head there. Blend that in with the white of the horns. There you go. Alright. And yeah, you know what, we're gonna color. Do I put the base on as well? But do I have any actual painting left to do? Yes, I still have Korax Way to do. No, we'll do that later. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna color there. Because I am starving. Shorter stream, I know, but you know what? That's okay. That ain't too bad. It's okay. Everyone gets to go to bed on time today. Let me clean up here. And then move the table out of the way and I'll say my goodbyes. Unless you guys are heading out now. Because you're like, I can smell blood in the water. The stream's done. I don't need to be here anymore. My obligation is over. You know, that's fair too. Second here and we'll clean up and do a proper ending. I have a gift for you while you eat. A gift from you is never an actual gift. It's always fucking pain, suffering, malice, and torture. Will hurt a little? No. Oh God, it hurts, does it? I thought we lived in a perfect world. Oh, is that what you're gonna send me? You're just gonna fucking link me perfect world? There's a notification in Beats and Tunes, so dear God, I wonder what's there. I can't even read the full title, which is Perfect World, but tuned, speed up, and not, and I can't read the rest. Okay, if I try to download it, I can. Perfect World, but tuned, speed up, and not as bad as it used to be. Aha! Not as bad as it used to be. Well, I guess fucking anything done to it is better than how it is normally, so. Alright, well, let's take a listen to this before we end out the night, shall we? That sounds like normal speed, like how fast I played it.
These days are going way too fast.
Ah, what? That is not sped up, that's just pitched up. Okay, maybe it's sped up by like fucking 0.25%, but I could hear that pitch. It is definitely pitched up.
And the nights, they almost never last.
Ah!
I wish I could just live in the past and have more time with you.
Holy fuck, it's awful. Please, dear God, get a DMCA strike right now. I can't. It's my song. No label owns it. And it's fucking an indie title. Ah!
I don't want the sun to rise too high, 'cause for me it means I have to say goodbye. I just want to stay here and live with you.
Nope. I'll listen to the first chorus and that is all. I refuse to listen to anything beyond that.
We'll live together, soon enough we'll be forever. Together we will make this perfect world. I just want to live with you forever, girl. Together we will make this perfect world. Let's join our hands and link our hearts, because together nothing can tear us apart. I just want to spend my life in our perfect world.
I just fucking died from cringe. Fucking self-inflicted wound. Alright, chat. That is it for me. I'm peacing out. Thank you guys for coming to this painting stream. A little bit more of a, just, you know, it was a just chatting stream, which then was a painting stream. You know, it's kind of, it's a mixture of all. But nonetheless, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Let's get the music playing. Was it this one? I think it was this one. Yeah. New Cult of Tor theme song. Absolutely not. Not a fucking chance. Like, if you picked fucking The Falling Horizon, sure, okay, I could accept that. Because, I gotta pause before the drop. I could accept Falling Horizon, because at least it was recorded in a proper studio with proper sound engineers, and it wasn't just me, it was my band. But that song is written, recorded, mixed, and mastered. Even those last two, if you could even fucking call that mixed and mastered, which you really can't, all by myself with free software that I was just learning. And I thought, oh yeah, this is golden. Toss this shit on the tunes. Spotify, everything. Fucking thing will hit radio waves. Anyways, alright. But I like this dog shit. Well, that says a lot about your character. I'm off-centered for this. Anyways. Alright, chat. If you enjoyed the stream, tell your friends. If you didn't, well, you're going to have to tell me. And until then, I'll see you guys all in the next video and or next live stream. All right, have yourselves a good one, everybody. 3, 2, 1, skull! I missed the button. We're doing that again. I missed the button. So I. Oh. 3, 2, 1, skull!